This is Dan Davies with AbleLink Smart Living Technologies with another 4-minute tutorial on AbleLink WayFinder. Today we're going to talk about the Community Walkabout feature. So let's get started. WayFinder can be used for two different types of travel support, planned and unplanned. Planned travel is when you're using a route on the WayFinder device to go from home to work and back home again. In that case, you're following a predefined route of travel. Unplanned trips are when an individual just simply wants to travel into the community and have the oversight of a caregiver or a family member to provide that peace of mind while they're out on their own. To turn on the Community Walkabout feature, go into Settings, and on the General Settings page, check the box that says Dynamic Route Travel. Now, usually when an individual is traveling dynamically in the community, you might also want to turn on the contact buttons so they have those available to them while they're out on their trip. After you've turned on the Community Walkabout feature in that way, you will see a new icon on the bottom left of the screen. It's in a fixed location, so as you move the routes up and down, the walkabout icon stays fixed. To start a community walkabout or a dynamic trip, tap on the blue icon. As soon as the start button is pressed, the trip has begun. Now, there's no specific path of travel. The individual can go wherever they choose, but while they're traveling, they have the peace of mind of knowing that a caregiver or a family member is able to follow them as they go. In addition, if they wish to contact someone while they're out on their trip, they tap and hold the contact button, and that will display the 3 messages that are available to them. Please contact me, I'm okay, or I am here. Tapping on one of those icons sends the message with a location link of where the individual is at that specific point in time. Now let's take a look at what the caregiver sees while the individual is traveling. I'm already logged into our Smart Travel Manager site, which is used for tracking trips with WayFinder. Here's a dynamic trip that was completed in October of 2019. Let's take a look at that one. Now, this trip has been completed already, but it's similar to what a caregiver or a family member can see while the individual is traveling in real time. Now, for this trip, you can see this green dot is where the start button was pressed. As the traveler proceeds with their trip, in this case is just walking around this hotel, dots are presented at periodic intervals with location updates showing where the individual is. At the end of the trip, you'll notice here the event says Done Pressed. So let's get a little more realistic view of what this trip was. The trip was started inside. The individual walked outside. Right here, right away, they sent a message that said they're doing okay. That's what the Contact OK event shows. And then they proceeded along. These events that say none are just time-based updates. The user didn't interact with the device. You can see this red dot indicates that the individual pressed the button that says, please contact me. Then the walk continued over here, down the path, around the back of the hotel, all the way around towards the front entrance, and that's where the done button was pressed. So as you can see, even though this trip was not planned, it can provide valuable information to a family member or caregiver, providing peace of mind as the individual travels in the community. So that provides a quick summary of the Community Walkabout feature in WayFinder and how you can provide real-time support to an individual while they're using that feature to travel in the community using our Smart Travel Manager application. To make use of this Community Walkabout feature and to have the ability to track an individual in real time to provide support as needed, the WayFinder user's device will have to be logged in cloud settings and connected to an account. In addition, the Enable Location Tracking setting will have to be turned on. That's a summary of the Community Walkabout feature and how to use it in WayFinder. Thanks for listening.